Alright, friends, I think I tried to make a video like this before and I never downloaded it, but I'm going to do it again. I'm going to call this CNC Witnessing. You guys out there that are woodworkers that know about CNC machines, you know what I'm talking about, what a CNC machine is. And this is for people that are believers that are struggling with something that they can do to fulfill the directives of Yeshua the Messiah, also known as Jesus Christ. Now what I do is make these, I call them Yeshua fish, on my CNC machine, and I make them with loving care, and I put after they're painted or clear coated, I put a 3 or 4 inch stainless steel ball chain through the eye and make it into a little keychain, and then I give them to people. When I run up on somebody and I want to declare Yeshua's name like He told us to do, declare my name before men, and I will declare your name before the Father. Some people are good at just going up and saying, hey, let me tell you about Yeshua. But I have found that if you hand somebody a little piece of your work or yourself, that you can fulfill the directive to declare His name. Sometimes you can talk about it with them, sometimes it's not necessary. Sometimes you just hand it to them. Many times it'll be somebody that already knows and is a believer, and they appreciate it. I'll zoom in and show you the different ones, and of course you guys can do your own deal there, you know. I don't know if that's in. There's one right there. There's one that's got Yeshua and the Greek transliteration of His name. Got a little fish in it. These right here are a nice font with Yeshua. I have different ones. There's a font called Comic Sans. People that can't really read cursive very good are used to this because this is the font they use in comic books. I'll show you another little variation there. That's just got a scripture in it. One of my favorite scriptures. Back up a little bit. The Lord shall fight for you. Therefore hold your peace. You can take that as far as you want. He'll do everything for you if you let Him. You don't have to do anything except believe. Okay, so that's my introduction to my CNC Witnessing. I'll show you how I cut these out, but you guys that are out there that know CNC machines, I'm sure you're probably well advanced of what I can do. I'm a pretty old guy and just got into this 3 or 4 years ago, and I have a wood shop, a part-time wood shop. Oh, by the way, I don't sell these. There's no way I'm going to be charging somebody to sell the name of Yeshua the Messiah. This is at my own expense, and that's the way I want it. Let me tell you a story I heard about the great baseball player Ty Cobb. Kind of relates to what I'm talking about. One time he said, I guess somebody asked him how much money he made playing ball. And he said, to tell you the truth, I would play baseball if I had to pay them to let me play. And that's the way I feel about this. I don't want any money. I'm paying people to let me do this. This is at my expense. God has blessed me with a little bit of money that I don't need to live off of, so I can do this. Let me show you another thing over here. This is, try to go slow, this is what I call, let me back up, in my wood shop, this is what I call my healing wall. And I've got scriptures about healing and all kind of scriptures. And I do sell these now. Or I give them away. But the Yeshua fish, keychains, that's the way I witness to people. So these scriptures, you know, here's one here that's a favorite. I hope it's in focus. With his stripes we are healed. That's why I call it the healing wall. I am the bread of life. Let God be true, and every man a liar, as it is written. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. You get the idea. Here's some little crosses with hands, different things like that. Here's one of my little kind of Yeshua plaques right there. We do other stuff too. We do deer and photographs and CNC work, customized work. But my main reason, and the reason I got the CNC machine, was to make that so that I could declare his name before men. All of this stuff right here, I found out I could do. I didn't have any idea that I could do this. Here's a good one right here. O death, where is your sting? O Hades, where is your victory? That's 1 Corinthians 15:55. Okay, so you get the idea. The reason I'm doing this is I'm hoping that this will inspire some of you woodworkers out there that also love Yeshua and want to try to do something that he told you to do. He said, declare my name before men. I can't think of a better way to declare it than to make up that little keychains and hand it to people that I meet. Say, here's something I made in my shop. You know who that guy is right there? Yeshua? Some of them say yes, some of them say no. I don't usually go into a lot of detail. I found one of the things I like to do is just tell them, hey, why don't you Google it on your phone? Sometimes they'll do it right then. And they'll say, whoa, this is Jesus? And I say, yeah, it's Jesus' real name. It's his Hebrew name. This is what his mama called him. Man, I never heard that before. Here's one right here. This is what it's all about. The last enemy that shall be destroyed is death. Okay, I might show you the machine working, but you guys that woodworkers out there, that you already know how a CNC machine works, and I'm sure, like I said, you're better at it than I am. Alright, this is show them the ball chain. Just pull that out and show them. I buy this stuff. I got on the internet and found a company that makes this. This is stainless steel ball chain. Got the little connectors on them. You shop around, you can get a good deal on it. The reason I use stainless steel is because I'm representing the Lord Yeshua Messiah. You don't want to give anybody any piece of junk, you know. This stainless steel chain won't rust, and I don't know, I don't know how much money in each one of these things, maybe 50 cents, I don't know. But if the Lord has not blessed you with extra money to use, well, you shouldn't do it. You know, he doesn't want us to starve. But there's a lot of people out there that can afford to do this kind of thing, and you'll be declaring his name. You'll be getting people ready, helping getting people ready for when he comes. And the way things are looking right now, it could be any day. And the way I like to look at it is it's kind of like we're the advance team, you know, that he's got working for him to let the world know that he's on his way down here, and people better get right if they want to get in on the eternal life. That's not anything we have to worry about. That's his business. Our business is to do what he said, which is to declare his name before men. And you know what else he wants you to do. He wants you to forgive others that have trespassed against you. That's his pretty much number one directive. If you do that, then you're pretty much home free. And the reason I say that is this, because that was his own contract that he made in the Lord's Prayer. Forgive those that trespass, forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Now my way of looking at that is that's a legal binding contract. Now if you want, I mean, and if Yeshua forgives you your trespasses, what do you got to worry about? He's going to take you. He's going to take you to heaven. And there's the contract. Listen, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. It's kind of like saying, forgive us our trespasses the same way that we forgive others. So if you don't forgive others your trespasses, flip it around. He's not going to forgive you yours. That is the whole gospel right there, in my opinion. All of us have sinned and come short of the glory of God. All of us are fools. All of our works are as filthy rags. All of them, including this that I'm doing right here. All of our works, he says, are as filthy rags. But I'm doing this work anyway, because he said to declare his name before men. So if, I'm thinking some of you guys out there that are doing woodwork start doing this, and that'll multiply what I'm doing, because this is, I might find out that there's a bunch of people already doing this, but I never heard of it. The more the merrier. You'll be surprised how people will appreciate this. Handing something like this over to them, and a little bit of advice on how to do it. I'll keep some of these in my pocket when I go somewhere to the store, or when people come here. Get to talking to them. I don't just walk up and just put it on them. I like to talk to them a little bit, find out what their name is, where they're from, see if I can find something in common with them, somebody I know that they know, whatever. And then I say, oh yeah, I made this in my wood shop. I'd like to give it to you. I've given out a lot of them, and I haven't had but one or two people say they didn't want it. So people usually take it. I think it's better than a pamphlet or a tract. Better as far as it's more durable. I'm not going to say that pamphlets and tracts haven't had their impact. But this they'll put it in their pocket. I'll tell you one story. I gave one of these to a guy that I was golfing with one time, and months and months later, somebody came up to me that knew I had given these out, and he said, the lady at the golf course told me that she found Jesus' keychain in the golf cart. And it turned out that somebody had left one of them accidentally in the golf cart. So they get around.